Hi there, my name is Brittany Lord and I'm the facilitator for the Remembering Our Babies therapy group. I hope you're having a great day. Last month, we came to you with some ways to help encourage us as moms and for those who have lost a child. Mother's Day and then now Father's Day for dads is a very difficult time of the year. I typically don't talk about specific months, but I think for May and June it's really important because Mother's Day and Father's Day, for those who are in this club that not one of us wanted to be in, are some really difficult days. Keep in mind that these videos, we're going to be talking about some experiential ways to be able to process all the different effects of grief, whether it be emotional, physical, spiritual, mental effects of grief. They're not meant to diagnose or treat mental health issues. If you're watching this video and you're experiencing a mental or physical health issue or emergency, please stop the video and go to your nearest emergency medical facility. So now for our third year in a row, this group is so excited to roll out 3 different ways that we're able to come alongside families in our community to help process and come alongside you all on your grief journey for all those different effects of grief. 3 ways that we're doing that. 1, you're seeing these videos every single month. 2, I am, as I mentioned before, the facilitator for the Remembering Our Babies therapy group. I'm also an LPC here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Please contact us about some of the included individual sessions that we can give you some more information about. A third way that we're coming alongside people in our community and beyond through the wonderful joy of the internet is from our our yearly fundraiser. So about the first weekend in November, our group hosts a huge benefit and fundraiser where we get to take the steps our babies never got to take. At the end of the evening, there is a walk, there is a candlelight vigil to where people can talk, cry, come together and a fellowship and understand one another. You'll see people that have lost children in the days before or have been struggling with infertility, and there may even be people there who've had a loss 10, 20, 30 years ago. It's an amazing time for the whole family. I would encourage you to get more information. Stay tuned about that. Again, food trucks, raffles, it is amazing. You're going to really enjoy it. So as I mentioned before, these monthly videos are meant to help come alongside people in our community process the effects of grief. Whether you've lost a child due to infant death, miscarriage, or struggle with the pain of infertility, Mother's Day and Father's Day are really hard times for you and your family. You know, many of my clients struggle with those dates, even if they're not a part of this club. If you have a difficult relationship with a parent, or maybe you've lost a parent, this time of the year can be really challenging. So we want to be here and help ease some of that load. So in the month of June, since it's Father's Day, I wanted to highlight thinking about relationships and thinking about some of the effects that child loss has on our relationships. I don't know about you all, but my guess is you've heard some of the statistics that somewhere between 80 and 90% of couples who have lost a child have marriages that end in divorce. Now, some of our newer statistics, according to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, cite that figure is a little exacerbated. There's lots of different factors why that is, most of which we can't go into today, but the general divorce rates skew that. General divorce rates are for anywhere from 40 to 50%. If we are to take out that figure and to merely look at the number of people who are divorced after the loss of a child, the figures are actually around 16%, which is, of course, very, very sad in and of themselves. But even if a couple does not get divorced, the effects on the relationship from losing a child are great. And there's several factors involved, and one of those this month that we're going to highlight is challenges in communication between the two partners. So this is a very difficult situation when someone has a miscarriage, a child loss, infant death, or struggles with infertility. And as we know, in relationships in general, communication is so important. And that's even more important when we're going through a really difficult and very stressful time. One of the ways that I talk to many of my clients about improving their communication is through the use of I messages. For those of you who've been in therapy before, maybe you've done some premarital or marriage counseling, you've heard of this term. And for those of you who haven't, I would love for you to give this a try. Let us know in the comment section. Oh, also look us up on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you, or if you need more information about the many ways that we're coming alongside people in our community with this group. So, iMessages. So I'm going to give you some examples of these. Now, when you try them at first with your partner, it's going to seem a little weird or a little canned, but I promise you I've seen it work with clients. I've seen it be really helpful for many of my clients. So number one, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to read off a series of 4 example statements. But first, I'm going to start before the I message. I'm going to give you a you message. And what I mean by that is I'm going to start off that sentence. Maybe my spouse has come home or my partner, and I'm going to start off with you and explaining a grievance that they have done to me. So, and I'm going to give an alternative I message. So I'd like for you to listen for the difference and even kind of think about how you would feel if you hear your spouse or partner come in and speak to you this way. Number 1, you never listen to me when I talk to you. Why do I even try? Okay, so think about that. Instead, I feel rejected when it appears that you're not listening to me. I would like to try to better communicate. How can we talk so that we can understand each other? See the difference? Let me guess. When I read that first statement, you knew that I wasn't getting on to you, but you automatically felt a little on the defensive. But when I read the second statement, you didn't feel nearly as on the ready, maybe defensive perhaps. So when I start out a sentence with I feel rejected, well, when we're in a conversation with someone, the person can't really argue with our feelings because our feelings are our feelings. I have lots of conversations with clients about really being able to identify their feelings, because many times that can give us more of a path to understanding what's going on and a place to process what may be happening. You know, many times we have a feeling and it's a big blanket feeling, but then when we can really dig down underneath that, we see some more specific feelings and we have some more paths that we can go down to really be able to understand foundations of what may be happening. That may sound really general, but this is what clients experience a lot. So again, you can't argue with a person's feelings. Number 2, you roll your eyes when you see me cry. You are so insensitive. I even have an exclamation point at the end of that. That was a pretty inflammatory statement, right? Made you feel kind of defensive. I even felt the tone of my voice going up when I said that. Alternatively, I feel hurt when you roll your eyes at me. Can you explain to me what you are thinking or feeling when you see me cry? So again, it's explaining our feelings and it's asking for more clarification. Miscommunication and misunderstanding often happens because we incorrectly interpret what may be happening in the situation. Now, an eye roll, in no universe is that a good sign of communication, or is that a good communication tip? But when we can ask for clarifying questions, we can better understand what the person is trying to convey to us. Number 3, you get frustrated with me because I want to talk about our baby or pregnancy issues. Do you not feel anything about him or her or about this situation? Pretty scathing, right? Makes you feel pretty defensive. Alternatively, I feel confused when you show anger toward me when I want to talk about our baby or our pregnancy issues. Can we have a time to talk about what we are each feeling? So maybe that's not a good time. So you're asking for a better time, automatically not putting that person on the defensive, or maybe approaching them. Maybe they've had a bad day and you still want to talk, but maybe right now it's just not a good time. And communication can better happen when both people are ready. Number 4, last one. You get mad at me when I don't feel like having sex. That is all you ever think about. I feel unappreciated. Here's the alternative. I feel unappreciated when you get angry with me for not having sex. Can we talk about ways that we can be intimate, possibly without intercourse? I know that that's a big statement, not meant to step on anyone's toes or get too personal, but these are some of the things that I've heard couples talk about, especially in the time after child loss, struggling with infertility. And there's many reasons for that. Sex can become many times a job to people when they're trying to get pregnant. So we can talk a little bit more about that. Again, for our 10-minute video today, we're just highlighting some ideas. Try these I statements out. Let us know in the comments section what you think about them, or if they didn't work for you, we'd love to hear about that as well. Love to hear some examples of what you did and what both partners heard. I can't wait to talk to you about some more things that couples struggle with next month, and maybe we'll highlight the differences in intuitive and instrumental grievers. Stay tuned for that. Again, if you have found this group, there is no accident that you did. We're privileged and pleased to come alongside you to help you on your grief journey. Don't walk this path alone. Let us help. Take care and have a great day.